Hi, welcome to the Gamesplainer. I'm Jeff the Gamesplainer and today I'm gamesplaining Scythe. So it's been a year since I made my video for Scythe. Since the original video, which I believe I had the base box and the first expansion, or at least the first expansion coming soon, I also now have the second expansion. I haven't yet played with the second expansion, but I've got it. I'm waiting on the third expansion to come out, and I believe that's supposed to be the last one, and at that point I will then try to get a larger box for all of the pieces. Because at the moment, this is my box. This box is taking out all of the extra stuff and is holding the base game and the first expansion. I have a second box for the second expansion. I don't really wish to have 3 boxes sitting around, so I'll probably get the larger box. There is a larger box available that will hold all 3. I'll probably even go so far as to get an insert. In fact, this is one of the few games that I've actually bought something to make the game better. Why? Because I've played it a heap. I've played this game 11 times since doing my original video a year ago. That's 11 times in 1 year. Every time I go over to someone's place, I get the response, hey, bring Scythe, we're going to play it tonight. And I end up playing it. And I end up playing it a lot, an awful lot. I have won a lot of games. I have also started losing games a lot more regularly, which is good. I like losing because what it does is it points out where I've made mistakes. It points out what I've got wrong about the game. The last game I played, I was nowhere near the winner. And they just managed to work their engine really, really well to get what they need to do to get their stars up the top. I haven't played with the second expansion yet. I believe the second expansion changes that some of the ways that the game finishes, as well as bringing in airships. I've had a quick look at it, a brief look at it. I haven't managed to play with it yet. But the base game and the first expansion, which I believe makes up to a 7-player game instead of a 5-player game, is really good. It works. It just works. The extra two villages, I would only actually use them so much in the larger game, in the 5, 6, or 7-player game. What I find is that the 2 expansion spaces or factions, I guess, they don't have rivers around them. So what they end up doing is they end up moving into the main board a lot quicker than the other factions, which is fine, but it tends to work in the end, but it feels really weird at the same point. And they can drop things that will either explode you or will give them extra things that they take in at the end of the game, and that's their ability. Everyone has their own abilities, and that's really good. But I find that having 2 factions with the ability to move into the factory, which is really the end game or one of the end games, it's overpowered somewhat in a smaller game, because you've got someone who just gets stuck there and the others who just go, oh, I'll trottle in, and you know that it doesn't quite work for me. But that's talking about the 7-player game against like the extra 2 against the 5. And so look, I think that the other expansion I haven't played yet will fix up that somewhat, not entirely, but somewhat. But as I say, I haven't played it. I've only had a really brief look at it, and that was a long time ago when I bought it. So I need to have a closer look at the expansion so that I can bring it into the rest of the game. Scythe is a wonderful, wonderful game. I really strongly suggest playing it. I really strongly suggest getting a copy if you don't already have a copy. I think it's going to be a game that will be around for many, 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 many years to come, even though it only got released a couple of years ago. I think that this is a strong game. I think this is one of the only games I've got that I've bothered to spend any money on to make it better. And the only bit I bought is the expansion board, which makes it a third bigger again. I do wonder, and I've seen articles suggesting that larger board makes it a different way of playing because you don't feel so compact, and so people are happy to stay in the corners a little longer. I'm not sure if that's accurate or not. I haven't really looked into it that much, but you know, that's something that's worthwhile thinking about if you are thinking about getting the extra extension board. I've got friends who've got the metal coins, and look, I'll probably end up getting an insert for this game, or at least I'll build one once the last expansion has come out. I strongly suggest getting this game and having a play of it with your friends. Even it sits in that world of both the American and the European way of playing, where you've got attack, but you've also got the ability just to create resources and get more resources and upgrade your things. It is a Euro game. You've got to be careful. I have previously come across a play of this where I was playing against a lot of people who came from a world of Risk, and that was really their only introduction to gaming. Be very careful when playing that way, because what ends up happening is those who are used to coming at it from a Risk perspective will play it as if it's Risk. And I've blogged about this and I've spoken about this a lot, but the people who know the game, like myself, and I was the only person at that table who knew the game, will play it as we've learnt the game. People who have played Risk will attack you because you know the game, and so they feel threatened by that. So they'll attack, forgetting that will bring their own track down. But if there's then another player or two who actually understand the game or get the game a little bit, they'll do the game properly and they will win. It's a guarantee they'll win, because you can't do anything because you're constantly getting attacked. Which, look, once again, I don't mind that, but it's something to be aware of. If you bring this to other people who have only played games like Risk or the Ameritrash, whatever you want to call it, games where lots of miniatures and attack, you might want to really emphasize that this is actually a resource management game, that attacking is just a sideline thing. It's not an ongoing thing that you're going to get to do all the time, or that you should be aiming to do all the time, because you won't win that way. Okay, I think I'll leave that there. I hope that you have played Scythe. If you haven't played Scythe, go back and watch my videos to get a feel for how the game plays. Get it to the table, get yourself a copy, because it is worthwhile and it still lives in my top 10 games of all time. So it's a really, really good game to play. If you have any games that you wish to be Gamesplained, please shoot me an email at thegamesplainer@gmail.com. Follow me on Instagram and Twitter at thegamesplainer to see what games I've been playing. Subscribe to my videos to keep up to date with the games that I'm gamesplaining. And until next time, enjoy gaming.